It's so nice. I don't mind these fall-like temperatures. Right now, traffic-wise, as you're heading out the door, shouldn't run into too many problems. Very few delays out there. We are seeing a delay on the Kennedy because crews periodically are shutting down some lanes about every 15 minutes or so. Inbound Kennedy from Sayre to Foster, they have the 2 left lanes down here. This will last until 5 o'clock, so this is why you're seeing some delay moving through that area. Also, some other overnight roadwork projects, both the outbound and inbound side of the Edens. Crews are working between Foster and Peterson. They have the 2 left lanes down here. Not seeing a huge delay associated with this project. We'll have another check in about 10 minutes, but for now, back to you guys.
All right, thank you.
Any big crashes or incidents out there on our expressways or tollways, so that's some good news. You should not run into any issues. We do still have some overnight road work. Crews expected to work, for instance, here northbound I-57 near 107th Street. They have the left lane down, not causing a big problem. Over on the tri-state southbound side of the tri-state, crews still should be scheduled to be working until 5 o'clock. Ogden to 95th or 55th Street rather. Multiple lanes are periodically closing. But if you take a look at our Tollway 2 camera, we just checked out the area southbound tri-state at crews. We're doing some overnight road work. I know that's in the process of being picked up right now. Should all be cleared here in the next 10 minutes or so. Also, if you're taking the outbound Ryan from 69th to 95th crews, we're supposed to have the left lane down here. Not seeing a massive delay, so they might have already picked it up. Further north at 35th on the Ryan, you can see traffic is wide open and smooth sailing right now on the Ryan. So no big issues, no crashes, just some overnight road work delays on our expressways right now. Back to overnight road work right on schedule this morning, so it should be mostly clear as you're heading out the door. Looking great to start this 5 o'clock hour. We are seeing a slight delay, slight tap of the brakes on the inbound Stevenson as you approach the Dan Ryan, but again, that is very typical for this time of morning. Let's have a check of our tollways. Our tollway 1, I'll take the 60s. That's where I'm good, 60s and 70s. Traffic-wise, really uneventful right now. No big crashes that we're monitoring out there, so just slowly building traffic on our expressways and tollways. We can talk about Lollapalooza closures though, because we do have some street closures already in effect right now for the big music festival that is set to begin 1 week from today, so next Thursday. So if you're in around Grant Park, Balboa is closed between Columbus and DuSable Lakeshore Drive. This is through next Sunday, and also Jackson closed between Columbus and DuSable Lakeshore Drive. So this is the area we're talking about. Eventually Columbus will have some closures as well, but Jackson and Balboa, yes, those are closed as of right now. We also have Fiesta del Sol that's happening this weekend in the Pilsen area, so we'll talk about some of those street closures coming up. Back to you. Some street closures for Fiesta del Sol coming up in just a second, but right now checking out across the board here, our inbound expressway is looking great. No more than a 20-minute trip to get into downtown. This is showing you the Kennedy right now, closer to Fullerton. Yes, traffic's starting to fill in, but again, no major slowdowns, no crashes that we're monitoring at this hour. And then yes, beginning today, Fiesta del Sol, the largest Latino festival of its kind in the country, beginning in the Pilsen neighborhood. Many street closures already in effect throughout the weekend. So Loomis, Morgan, Racine, Canalport, Throop, all closed between 21st and Cermak in both directions until 2 p.m. on Monday, until they can get all that wrapped up. 21st Street also closed in both directions between California and Racine. And lastly, we have Cermak closed between Canalport and Ashland until 2 p.m. on Monday afternoon. So this festival in effect all throughout the weekend. Get your food, get your music, your entertainment on. Lots to look forward to this weekend with, of course, Lollapalooza next weekend. Back to you.
Okay, got it, Steph. Coming up this
here on the inbound Bishop Ford, starting right around Stony as you get to 95th, typical for this time of morning. Same story on the inbound Ryan getting to the Stevenson. Let's take a look outside, showing you the I-190 ramp. This is how you get out to O'Hare. Now it's starting to fill in a little bit for this Thursday morning commute. Not terrible though, so you don't have to rush out the door in case you're catching a flight this morning out of O'Hare. Let's have a check of our tollways. But yeah, seriously, very few delays, just pockets of delays delays typical for this time of morning. Let's take you outside, showing you the Dan Ryan. This is around 35th. You can see traffic starts to get a little bunched up here, but again, no big problems. And we really have been free of a lot of crashes this morning. So that is some good news for your Thursday morning commute. Okay, but if you are planning to take the CTA this weekend in and around the loop, heads up, because some weekend work here that the CTA is doing. They are closing 3 stations in the loop starting at 2 a.m. on Saturday until 5 a.m. on Monday. Big closures. These are the Washington Wabash, Adams Wabash, and Clark and Lake stations. So in case you're visiting downtown, you'll be in the loop. You won't be able to stop at those 3 stations. It's all because of the construction they're doing here at the State and Lake. Tracy, I know we're starting off a little cool this morning. I don't mind it, but it is cold for some folks.
You can say
if you're heading out the door right now, tracking about 25-minute trip inbound on the Kennedy and the Stevenson. The Ike and Dan Ryan look more like 20 minutes right now, but travel times are climbing certainly. Once you get closer into downtown, the Grant Park area, Lollapalooza street closures already in effect right now. Balbo's closed between Columbus and DuSable Lakeshore Drive. That is through next Sunday because Lolla is starting next week. Jackson is also closed between Columbus and DuSable Lakeshore Drive. Come Monday, a lot more street closures will go into effect for Lollapalooza, but we also have Fiesta del Sol that is beginning this weekend, today actually, in fact, at 3 o'clock. So we'll have Chopper 7 fly over that area coming up in the Pilsen neighborhood next. Back to you.
Oh, that's good news. Fiesta del Sol in Pilsen.